once we realize that all living organisms, anything that is a part of the existence, that is an equivalent of us, and that is equally dependent on that supreme consciousness, and on a cellular level we are same. Science has proven that on cellular level we humans are the same. Then why one human has got the power to put down, to judge you as another human? Why another human has got that power to insult me, to humiliate me, to judge me, or to pass sermons or judgments on me? Because that another human is an equivalent of me and is equally dependent on that supreme divine power who has created me, who has created that human being, and who has created everything that is a part of that existence. On meeting the unforeseen situation, finding yourself in an embarrassing position where you wouldn't have expected your worst enemy to be in, but now I am in that position and tomorrow I have to face it, or it is the moment of truth that has arrived before me and I am not prepared to face it. What should you do, and what is the best means to face that situation and come out of that situation with flying colors? Take the immediate help of Mother Nature and connect to it via roots, via the plants, via the animal and the plant kingdom. Connecting via the animal and the plant kingdom, we can take the help of the supreme consciousness, because it is the visible science, the vegetation, the plantation, the animal kingdom, the prakriti, the parashakti and the aparashakti. The nature is that Mother Earth that is in direct contact and sync with that parashakti, connecting with the divine power with the help of Mother Earth, with the help of the plant and the animal kingdom. We can beg for help and forgiveness, for the mercy, and for the unlimited potential that He has already filled within us. He has designed our subconscious in a way. He has given us and given our mind that strength, that potential, that we are empowered. We just need to realize it consciously. Oh God, fill me with a new heart. Create in me, create within me a pure heart. Fill me with a steadfast spirit, and with the steadfast spirit enable me and empower me to realize my highest potentials and perform accordingly with your grace, with your help and your forgiveness. Oh God, free me with the guilt and deliver me from all the sins, deliver me from all the queries, deliver me from all the insecurities, from all the curiosities and all the unanswered questions. I submit all my questions to you, and it is not the answer that I am looking from you, but I am looking for your help, because it is thy help by which I can unleash the potential of my mind, which me I can unleash the potential of my subconscious and enable me, deliver me, free me of the guilt, deliver me of the sins, and wash me like never before, that I become whiter than snow. And thou help upon me, thou grace upon me, thou mercy upon me. Enable me, Almighty, to realize that I am much more than my sins, because I have got done with my sins. I have asked for forgiveness for my sins. I have freed myself from all the guilt that I have had in my past, and now renew me with a pure and a new heart. Fill me with a steadfast spirit, O my Almighty. Enable me and restore within me the joy to celebrate your salvation, the power to get to know and to respect and value and submit to your salvation, because at the end of the day, O Almighty, it is you, my creator, it is you, the universal creator, that one supreme consciousness, and we all belong to you. Anything and everything that is a part of this existence, any living creature, plant, animal, human beings, anything that is a part of this creation, we are all universally created by that one supreme consciousness, that one power. So the embarrassing situation, any difficult position that you find yourself in, it is the other human that is in contact with you, and the other human may be your biggest enemy, or the people who judge you, people who put you down, people who fear, who instill that syndrome of fear within you. We have to keep this thing in in mind that the person, however powerful that person is right in front of us, that person is also in complete submission and control of that Almighty, because we all consciously or unconsciously, without realizing or realizing, belong to that supreme consciousness. And once we mentally make ourselves aware of it, once we consciously connect to our Creator with the help of Mother Earth, by meditating on the plant kingdom, on the animal kingdom, and connecting with that supreme consciousness at that divine being, that divine entity, we will get to know, and all our fears will get diluted, all our fears will go away from us, because He, that supreme consciousness, will take away the fear from us and make us realize that the person, the people, or the clan we are afraid of, the people we are dealing it is an embarrassing situation or a failure that you're encountering. People are going to judge you, people are going to humiliate you, people are going to insult you. Then we will realize that nobody can insult me, nobody can humiliate me, because all the other people, the next person standing next to me, my neighbor, my friend, the office people, my friend circle, my friends, my relatives, or any stranger for that matter, every other human is full of the same guilt, and the sin is not, he is not pure from sins, he is not free of the human errors, and he is as much dependent on that supreme consciousness as much as I am. So there is no question, the question of fear, the question of any sort of embarrassment, the question of any sort of shame doesn't arise, because shame, embarrassment, humiliation are those kind of emotions that are dependent on human to human. These are human to human emotions. Suppose you're surrounded with animals and you are surrounded with plants. You will not feel humiliated. The emotions such as insult, humiliation, shame, these are not going to arise, because we are dealing with a different species. But only when the plants and animals get replaced with human being, and you are surrounded with another human being, that is a human equivalent of us we are surrounded with, then these emotions such as pain, such as shame, such as humiliation, that is insult, these emotions come into existence and come into action. It is the mind that is playing games with us. It is the illusion that is playing games with us. Once we meditate on the Parashakti, once we meditate on the Prakriti, once we meditate on the Shakti, that is the power, that is the Mother Earth, then the divine power instills within us the realization, the self-realization, the actual truth. Then arises your moment of truth. Every embarrassing situation floats away, every embarrassing situation gets washed away, because there is nothing to be embarrassed about the human errors, nothing to be embarrassed about whatever mistakes, the failures that we commit. Whatever we do, it is about realizing, correcting those mistakes, and moving forward and looking towards a new life, looking towards a fresh life, and looking forward to a life full of bliss, and the right to live, the right to celebrate, and the right to be powerful, and the right to feel that power. Let's kill those dependencies. Bread 41 days of life-changing course, life-changing experience. No dependency. What the slavery? Kill those dependencies, because it is the dependencies which slowly try to kill you, which slowly try to demoralize you. It is the dependency which weaken us systematically. It is the dependency that are those termites, and those eat us like those termites, because dependencies can be in any form. It can be in the form of slavery, slavery to your mind, slavery to your desires, slavery to another human being, slavery to anything and everything that comes your way to distract you, to make you go astray. And in order to not go astray, we have to take the help of the divine power by consciously meditating on the Mother Earth, on the 5 elements, on the 5 senses, that in Sanskrit is called the balancing of the Indriya, that is balancing of the senses. In order to balance our senses, in order to get hold of this material world and consciously realize that this material world is there to enable us to live and make the best of our life, and it should not be given that power, the material world should not be given that much importance that it can destroy us, it can demoralize us, It can make us feel shameful. It can make us feel humiliated. It can make us go to depression, go to anxiety. If you give material world that power, if you submit yourself to the material power, then it is not going to do any good to us. But only if we realize the worth of the material world, then only we can win over the material world. Consciously submit yourself to the Almighty, or divine power, the supreme consciousness, the creator of everything within this existence, everything. Once this prayer consciously happened to you, you don't have to make this prayer needs to happen to us. And once it consciously happened to us, then emotions like humiliation and insult will not be able to touch us. Because insult from whom? Humiliation from whom? You are embarrassed from whom? Who can dare to embarrass us? Who has the audacity and the capacity to insult or embarrass you? For you and me are equal human equivalent, and we are completely dependent on that divine power. We are created by Him, and we are going to return to that supreme power, that divine power. And when I seek for a new heart, I wash away my sins. I am free of the guilt, because I have submitted my guilt to you, and now my guilts are over. I am over my guilts. I have done certain things that I'm not going to justify, for it is the human error, for it was my unintentional or intentional mistakes or sins, whatever I did. Now since I submitted to you, now I am a new human being, full of that fresh aura, full of that fresh energy, and I seek your help. Enable me, empower me, such that I have not done anything wrong in my past, and anything that I have done in my past has gone by, and it is not going to come and affect me in any way. I will not take the help of my memory to recreate the past. I will not allow my memory to become into a bad memory and irritate me, to put me down and make me realize those guilts, because it is the evil energy, it is a negative energy that is causing my memory to become a negative and a bad memory. There is nothing called good or bad memory. It is just the memory, but it is a negative energy that surrounds us. It is a negative aura. It is the uncleansed aura which turns a memory into a bad memory. It is just an experience that has gone by. It is the action that you have committed, and since you have realized it, you have submitted it to the Almighty, and you have taken an oath, you have taken a conscious decision to ask for forgiveness, to renew and get renewed and restored with a fresh and pure energy, a steadfast spirit that is there to go in the path of righteousness, that is there to take you to the path of reaching the highest potentials and reach the life and lead the life of success, to live the life of prosperity, and not turn and look back into the things that have gone wrong in our lives. Because what has gone wrong, it had to go wrong. There was no way that you could have stopped it. But yes, the things to come is in our hands, because our hands is nothing but that what we have submitted to the hands of the Almighty. And once you have submitted your things, once you have deposited and submitted your file to the Supreme Consciousness, then He is taking the charge of your life anyways. But it is He, that Supreme Consciousness, that has taken the charge of our life. He is guiding our life. But when we consciously realize this fact and submit our file, then it is the direct help we receive from the consciousness. And He who has fated it, He who has destined it, has the capacity to change the destiny. He has the capacity to change the fate. He has the capacity and full authority to prevent us from falling into the mud. He has the capacity to bring us out completely cleansed and pure from the dirty mud, and we will be whitewashed. Because for any justification I made, any act to trying to wash away my acts will be again an impure act, because what I did, intentionally or unintentionally, I did it, and it was done by me. Now if I submit it to that Almighty, and then I will not be able to depend on any justification. And you should not depend on any justification. Why? To justify a wrong act. You have done a wrong action. I have committed a blunder. I have committed a sin. I have committed a mistake. I have committed a crime. Then only way to justify it is to realize it, is to consciously try to correct it by taking an oath never to repeat the action. But once you go on a justifying mode and you try to put the blame on somebody else, once you try to put the blame on any situation, put the blame on any person next to you, or put the blame on simply your destiny, then that is again an impure act, because we are not wanting to take the accountability. We as humans are trying to escape from taking the responsibility. I take full ownership, I take full responsibility of the wrong actions that I have done. No questions asked. It belongs to the Supreme Almighty. I will not question myself. I will not I will not let my conscious mind or the evil energy play a game of blame game, to try to play the game of trying to not take the responsibility. I take its full responsibility. I command the act that I have done. I did it with my free will. But now, since I have realized the repercussions, I have realized the consequences, I have realized that it was a blunder that I did, I want to get washed of my sins. I want to get delivered from the guilt, because I have taken an oath. I have submitted myself to the Supreme Consciousness, and with that divine energy, I make up my mind to walk in the path of righteousness and lead the life of a free will, freedom, spirit, humanity, grace, and supreme bliss. And with the help of that Supreme Consciousness, we will be able to live a life that is full of bliss, a cleansed aura, a pure cleansed energy, prosperity, money, success, whatever the happiness that you see and get allured in the form of material world, it is nothing but in the form of an energy, and in the form of energy we will be able to attract the right kind of things. Just make sure and enable yourself. Meditate on the Mother Earth, meditate on the living creatures, for it is the living creatures that make us happen, that makes the prayer happen within us. And we have to tell ourselves that it is not the prayer we have to say verbally, it is the prayer that should happen within us. And for the prayer to happen between us and that Prakriti, the prayer to occur between you and the animal plant kingdom, the prayer to occur between you and the Mother Earth, then in order to make it happen, we have to make a conscious effort, meditate on the Prakriti, meditate on the Mother Earth, hereby connect with the Supreme Consciousness, that Supreme Lord, the divine energy, that one power who has universally created us with the energy, the one energy, and the universal wholeness, the oneness. Bread. No dependency, what the slavery? Bread.